Okay, time now is 4:37 and I am on my way to the airport, and I got probably about 3.5 hours of sleep and I am tired, but at least my feet feel better. My feet were so tired from the workday yesterday, so I have about a 54-minute drive and boarding starts at 6:25, so I'm just hoping I can get through security. I would imagine security would be pretty quick at this time in the morning. And yeah, so here we go. Okay, so I made it to my Airbnb and it's super cute, so I'm gonna take you guys through it so you can see. It's just, I really wish I had a place like this, like my place to look like this, the layout, but it's just super cute. It's like a little studio, and let's take it. So when you first come in, you'll see like a little bed. It's like an antique bed that they have. I think it's like a pool and some pictures on the walls. Very like Pacific Northwest vibe, and just like a little area, kind of your living room area. They have a nice TV and then like a faux fireplace with extra blankets, and a bonus, there's games, which will be good. Then we have our little kitchen area. They left a little note, which I thought was cute. And then this is where we're gonna have our meals, which will be nice. And we have a little electric stove, an oven, microwave, a few dishes up top. There's me. That leads out back, refrigerator. And then we have a washer and dryer with a few essentials and a little bathroom. My only pet peeve is that just when I walked in, there were 2 flies, which I'm not a fan of flies at all. So I was trying to get them out, and I don't know if I'm making it worse. I know they say they have chickens somewhere, so I'm hopefully not too close. And lastly, this is Salish. So we're in Salish part of Washington, and so they have like the area that they call Salish. And from the airport, it's about an hour and a half from Seattle. More traffic than I would have ever imagined on a Saturday coming through Seattle. And I'm gonna get ready for my Washington guy to come over and pick me up and take me to dinner, which will be nice. Okay, I'm all dressed. I have this green dress on that I bought. I'm gonna suck it in a lot. And yeah, he should be here any minute, and we're gonna go to dinner. My hair was not cooperating, and I know we're gonna go walk by the water. So I pulled my hair back with the headband, and it should be fun. And everything that could go wrong did go wrong. We had no hot water, and so I had to take an ice cold shower and had to push back him picking me up by 30 minutes because I just was like so upset about it. I didn't want to be like grumpy. So yeah, hopefully I can get some clips, and I'm gonna put a sweater on over this, of course, but I thought it was cute, and I'm in my cute little house. So wish me luck. So I am finishing up the night. I just got done with my first date, and it was really great. We had a really good time, and we got to see a lot of beautiful scenery. We went and we had a quick dinner, and yeah, we had a good time just getting to know each other. And so tomorrow we're going hiking, so I'm gonna go to bed after only getting 3 hours of sleep last night, and we're gonna go hike for a little bit and come back, and then we're gonna make dinner together, so that should be fun. Day 2 of my Washington kind of quick vacation, second date day. I'm waiting to get picked up by the Washington guy, and he should be here any moment, hopefully. But yeah, we're gonna go hiking. So I got my hiking gear, hiking boots on. Look. So yeah, it's raining today, which is like kind of what I wanted. I want like a Pacific Northwest type of day. So we have like an hour drive. We're gonna go there, and go hike a trail, and then hopefully by that time we have an hour drive back, and then we're gonna, by that time should be dinner time, and we're gonna have steak and Brussels sprouts and anything else he brings over today. So it's gonna be a fun day too. So date number 2 for today's Sunday. Okay guys, so I'm back home and I just wanted to do like a quick review to wrap up my video of my trip to Washington State and my first date experience. So basically we went on 3 dates over the weekend and it went really well. I'm not shocked because like we've been talking for like more than 4 months, but I think just for me how natural things felt. We saw each other, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, we know each other, this is awesome. We'll start from the flight. I ended up flying out of John Wayne Airport in Orange County. I think it was a good decision. Really easy to get in and out of there. Granted, it was like an extra like 15-minute drive versus going to San Diego, but it worked out and I was able to get on my flight early, got to Seattle, an hour-and-a-half drive out towards his area. I ended up staying at this awesome Airbnb in Mount Vernon. I told you in the video it was so cute, but it was really perfect for what we wanted because we knew that number one, we didn't want to spend like tons of money, but at the same time, we wanted privacy. We wanted a chance to be able to cook together, share a meal, hang out and watch TV. Definitely got what we wanted. Time at the Airbnb. I'd probably stay there again if the opportunity arose. First date, I was really nervous. I think I had so much going on and I was just trying to get there that the nervousness didn't set in until I was getting ready. And when the water was cold, and I've learned that it wasn't the Airbnb's fault, it was my fault. I left the water running for way too long and I lost all the heat. So I didn't have any other problems with that because I actually got in a shower when I was supposed to and not calling and texting people and all that stuff. We got together, we ended up having dinner in Anacortes and we ended up first going for like a little walk on the beach of his favorite spots that he goes with clamming with his family. I thought that was really cute. Actually, let's back it up. Okay, so the first thing, which I think is pretty adorable, if I didn't share that his family is a 2nd generation of farmers. Okay, maybe even 3rd. He lives on a 40-acre farm. So if you didn't know, now you know. After all of that, the first thing he does, number one, is hug him. Because I've been waiting 4 months to hug this guy. And then the next thing he does is he brings me a carton of farm fresh eggs. And when I tell you the difference in quality between having fresh eggs that just came out of the chicken is totally different. Really enjoyed that. I told him, I said, you did such a good job with planning our date. He made sure that we had everything we needed for our hikes that we took. We took 2 hikes over the weekend. He made sure I had snacks. He made sure I had a drink and that I was not hungry, he checked and made sure, like, you know, like, are you good? Like, do you want to keep going further? And I'd be like, yes, like, let's keep going. I want to see more. And so in that respect, he did a lot of planning for me to come. And I just thought that was really, really nice, and it made me feel really good that he at least took the time to make sure that I had everything that I needed. The beautiful eggs, that was a great impression on me. And then he brought a couple other things that I needed as well. And he took me to dinner. We ended up going to this restaurant, forgetting the name of it. I know it, but it's like at the tip of my tongue. But we ended up going there, and it was in Anacortes, cute little seaside town. And we had dinner, and it was really good. I ended up having dinner there, and we didn't make a reservation, didn't know. I don't know, we didn't really talk about it afterwards, but, you know, I think he kind of like freaked out a little bit inside because, you know, they asked, oh, do you have a reservation? And he was like, oh, no, we don't have one. And, you know, they're like, oh, it's going to be 15-20 minute wait. And I was like, well, let's just eat at the bar. It's right here. Like, I'm totally fine with that. So we ended up eating at the bar. Everything worked out well, and it was fine. I ended up wearing my little sandals, are really comfortable, and those worked out perfectly for our walk on the beach because there's a lot of driftwood and stuff that's laying all over the beach, and seashells and all sorts of things. And I'm just so lucky that my shoes were perfectly fitted to my feet and I didn't get any wood in my foot. I probably should have wore different shoes, but it didn't go with my dress. Came back, we are such nerds because we both love watching like nature documentaries. That's all we did every time we would come back to the Airbnb, is that we would just turn on the, you know, PBS nature show, and we just sit there and we just watch it. And it was cool because I'm like, oh, I have another like geek out person who likes these documentaries just as much as I do. The cool thing he did was he did make me dinner on date 2. We went for a beautiful hike, and it rained. It was great. And he drove, he did all the driving. I love that. He has a great truck. I don't know how else I could just say it, but we just had the most fun. And that was kind of something that we just kept talking about, was like, we just had the best time. We had so much fun this weekend. Another brownie point thing that he did was that, I think I shared this on one of my previous videos, but he's a beekeeper. He raises bees, that's his thing. And he ended up bringing me a jar full of honey, and that came along with the farm fresh eggs. So I thought that was like a really nice touch. Even though I did request it, he didn't have to bring it, but he brought me the honey, and unfortunately I wasn't able to bring that on the plane with me. So I ended up just UPSing it back to myself, and it should arrive hopefully tomorrow. We weren't looking at our phones, we weren't distracted. The last day that we were there, we went to the Samish overlook, and we just watched these parasailers just jump off the cliff and fly away, and we watched them for a couple of hours. And at the end, ended up going for a little trail walk and going to the restroom, and I went and I sat on a bench, and then we just sat there and we just enjoyed just the beautiful weather. The weather was wonderful this weekend, in particular on Monday. And even with the rain on our hike, it was wonderful. I enjoyed it so much. And on that hike, again, he came through with a win. He had food ready for me when I was tired, extra drinks that he brought so I would have what I needed. And he just was really thoughtful and checking in on me, which was great. I don't know, I just felt like it just went really well. I feel like we both agree that it went really well. Better than I could have hoped, you know, and it's just been lovely. It's just been great. And we had a chance, even just, you know, flying there, the travel was great. I ended up flying Delta, and I'll probably continue to fly with Delta. Number one, because they have, the planes they use are Airbuses, which are better than Boeing, because Boeing's having all these problems. And then also it's just, you know, you have to pay for your luggage and, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, it sucks, but their service is great and reliable. To drive and getting a rental car, that process was super easy. The only downside, I would say, I mean, there really wasn't that many downsides. It just got really hot on Monday, and Seattle Tacoma Airport was freaking hot. They need to turn on their air conditioning. That's my only complaint of the whole trip, was just that experience of it just smelling like an armpit. It was really gross. Like, yeah, I would, so we had 3 dates. I totally would see him again, like without even a second thought. And hopefully we have a chance to see what happens. And hopefully we'll talk about having him schedule a trip here to my neck of the woods, which will be a lot of fun. And we'll probably do a lot of things hiking. And also it was really good for me to actually kind of go where he lives. I didn't go to the farm per se, but I got an idea of the area that he lived in. And it wasn't so far from the city as I thought. So it's still like a nice little community. But we just had a wonderful time. All the people that I met were super nice. And we had this really cool parasail guy that explained the whole sport to us and how like people can get involved and how things work. And he just stopped because he saw us and that we were watching. He explained things to us, and people were just really nice and friendly on the trail. Everybody says hi. And I just felt so comfortable up there. And I've been to Washington before, but I didn't have this experience with, like, you know, being out in nature and going on a trail and being in some different areas that I didn't get to go to last time. So my only regret is I did not get a great photo or shot of Mount Rainier. That was the one thing that I really wanted, was Mount Rainier. When I flew in, I saw it out my window, but I didn't have a window seat, so I couldn't take a photo of that. So hopefully next time I will get my tickets and have a window seat. But yeah, no, great, wonderful weekend. I'm still coming down from it, and I look forward to hopefully going back and hopefully having him come down here and spend a couple days just kind of learning like where I live and what makes me happy here, talking about a lot of things. It just simple things from like childhood we talked about, as well as like, you know, hopes and dreams for like the future, and like, you know, where do we see ourselves in the next 5 years and all that sort of thing. So just enjoy just sitting in a car, looking at the scenery, just him explaining random stuff to me, farming, sharing stories, and it just was really nice. And going back, you know, being on the back roads and going in the truck, like I thought I'd be nervous about a lot of things, and it just was just real comfortable and easy, and I felt super safe, and it was great. So with that, that's the end of my video. And if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. There's going to be more videos, hopefully in the future, of more dating videos. And hopefully there's like a part 2 when he comes to visit, and hopefully soon we'll figure that out and how we're going to work that out. Sure, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.